Hello and welcome to our training tape on how to process your first payroll in the system. We're going to go from the dashboard to this pay icon up in the top blue ribbon and click on that. In our previous tape, we had already started a payroll and kind of customized the pay grid to your needs. So we had already clicked this start button, and after that hit another button in that menu that said create payroll. Since we've already done that and we stopped and saved that work, now we want to pick up where we left off, so we'll hit the edit payroll. And you can do that anytime that you're interrupted in the middle of processing your payroll or needed to leave your desk for any reason. You'll come back in and hit this edit payroll, and it'll take you right to where you saved and exited the program prior to coming back into it. So up will come the pay grid. Should be configured the same way that you left it. And there we have it. So again, to pick up where we left off, we're going to say we don't want to pay Victor this pay period. Hope he gets better. And then maybe the next thing I will do is go ahead and filter this to show only hourly employees, because we're going to assume that our salaried people are being paid just fine. We'll enter in a few hours here shortly and put in regular hours for weekly folks. Of course, if you have a time and attendance system, they would be imported here into this pay grid automatically. Maybe we have some people working some overtime. And let's change this first person to 32 hours. And he gets 8 vacation pay. That's pretty much all there is to running a payroll. In this case, we're not going to pay Victor Oladipo. We're going to pay all the salaried people and these 3 hourly people. If you were to say, well, wait a minute, let's say Andrew Luck did well this week and he needs a additional commission or something like that. You can duplicate a row by clicking on this what looks like kind of a blue flower symbol. I'm not sure if it's a flower. I think it's actually a settings gear with a down arrow. So now you can see we've got 2 Andrew Lucks, two rows with Andrew Luck on it, not 2 Andrew Lucks, but 2 rows. And we'll just arrow over here on the pay grid to bonus, and we're just going to give him a $1,000 bonus because he played well this pay period. And go ahead and save our changes. Once the changes are saved, this blue continue light will come up, and we'll go ahead and continue. And it's saying, actually here it's saying we've selected 3 out of 10 employees to pay. Some employees have more than 1 grid line. Is this correct? So in this case, I'm not paying the salaried people. My apologies. So I need to go back and show them all, confirm that they're right, and then it would pay probably 9 out of the 10 because we deselected Victor Oladipo. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And so you will see it thinking here a little bit and give it some time to do that. And then it's giving me a warning here that I've got a negative pay period, a negative net pay. So that means I paid somebody 0, and when the deductions come out, it's giving him a negative pay. That could be right or wrong, but I wanted you to get a feel for what the warning signs look like. So there could be many different messages here, but they're there to make sure that what you're doing, if the system sees something, call it a red flag system, where it's like, hey, this is a little unusual. We're just going to red flag it, call it to your attention at this point, so that you could go back and make a change if this was not what you intended to do. We're going to go ahead probably and say, yes, we're okay with that. So we'll click Review Total Payrolls, or Payroll Totals is a better way to say that. And this is a new screen for us, which, again, these are all small improvements, but I think they add up to be significant for all of you who every week or every other week do payroll processing. You used to have to run a pre-process report and print that out to see your totals. Here they're right on the screen. So total hours, regular hours, overtime, regular dollars. You can see somebody's making some pretty good money there. And other dollars, that looks like it's Andrew's bonuses, and we apparently had another $120 in the system. And then the actual dollars, including taxes, for a total bank requirement number that you'll need to have in your bank account to run direct deposits and impound taxes, as well as third-party payments, maybe some garnishments or invoices that are paid through the payroll system. So, of course, you want to check all of your hourly rates and dollar rates up here to see that they tie out to your control totals, and check your total dollar outlay to make sure you've got enough money in your payroll account to cover this run. You will see the button here says go ahead and process this payroll. If you want to, you hit the submit button, or you can process my payroll, but maybe you type in some special instructions. So maybe we could check Andrew Lux tax rate, if I can type here, rate, and then submit it. Or if you say, well, this looks pretty good to me, but I'm still unsure of something I did, it's too hard to explain in this little note. So I need you to reach out to me before I run payroll. We'll discuss something. So you have three options to communicate to your processor. If you're still not ready to go, but you want to save your work, you'd hit save and exit. If these totals are way off for whatever reason and you're saying, gosh, I did something wrong, you of course click back to the edit payroll, go and make your corrections, and then hit the continue button and you'd come back here. We're just going to go ahead and say submit it. So please confirm you want to submit this, and we say yes, and then your files will be sent to your processor for processing. It obviously says congratulations. You see the date and time stamp here. That is the same stamp that appears down here in your calendar for archival purposes. And you are done with the payroll. So congratulations. That wraps up this training tape on how to use a Power Grid and how to submit payroll. Have a great day.